Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Rima and I'm here with another guidance session. This is going to be a coffee cup reading for the month of April 2023 for the sign of Gemini. If you have Sun, Moon or Rising in Gemini, or if you're watching as a cross watcher and there's someone who's a Gemini and they're close to your heart and you want to know how things are going to unfold for them in April, this might be the video that you want to watch. I wanted to thank you all for supporting my channel as always. I hope you like the kind of work that I do. Um, and if you're interested in private readings, please go ahead and find my email address in the About tab. With that, let's start the reading. Let's see what kind of messages we're going to receive for Gemini for month of April 2023. Well, there is a connection, Gemini. There might be someone who you're not speaking to, you're not talking to. I see a female and male energy. You have turned your back towards each other. I see that the female energy is thinking about reunion much more than the male energy. There is a chance that the male energy is rejecting and they don't want to be in this relation anymore, although they are still thinking about it, not thinking about getting back, but thinking about what they have lost, how things could be better. In general, they're thinking about the missed opportunities and all the losses that they have. But I see the female energy is very regretful and they even have made a lot of efforts to put this connection back together. But again, I don't see any appreciation or any movement or acceptance from the male energy. Wow, if you live somewhere near the ocean, definitely, I don't know, maybe you book a vacation, a trip somewhere that you can, the window opens to the ocean, the window opens, I mean, this is very clear. Or you are watching the sunset or some beautiful scenery that someone is watching. For some of you, there might be a miracle happening in your life, which is actually very, very great. You're an air sign, and around this time, Mars has already left your sign after about more than 7 months. And that's really maybe bringing a lot of changes in your life. I see that you have been probably witnessed many different things in your life. You have probably been very strong, or you have started something like running a marathon. I'm not that everyone is running a marathon, but I'm saying that you have started something. You have made your mind a chaos in your life, or some big event. You have that realization that you're like, I am going to do this no matter what. I'm going to take this action no matter what. It feels like you had a vision, you had something made you make this decision. Some of you maybe cut a relationship, you decided to start something fresh, you decided to end something, and you know that you have to put all your energy because it's not easy, and you said, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yes, this is what I want to do. Definitely, maybe some of you who definitely, I see the marathon and running, and again, maybe some of you are running a marathon or deciding some activities in your life that you want to start. That is like a marathon, and you have to be consistent, and you have to practice, and you have to be very persistent and don't give up. um, there's something that some of you are planting a tree or planting something that it's like a promise. If you play violin or cello, specifically, you might find love in this time. I definitely, there are a lot of messages, and I'm trying to differentiate them and dissociate them, but I do my best. There's a lot of energies, there's a lot of messages. There might be a face-to-face conversation, it could be love, romance. If you have started making, like going to a music class, or you're starting to teaching um, an instrument, maybe a guitar, a violin, or a cello, there might be a love romance for between you and the person that you are teaching, or they are teaching to you, or you might be playing in a concert or some practices in a band. There might be some love. Definitely music is the connection for some of you. um there's something that someone needs to hear. There's something that you need to take out of your life from this its root. Like, you have to find the root cause. You probably have found the root cause and you have to take it out, like a surgery that you do on your wisdom tooth and you take it out. I see that if you're a dentist or you have a dental appointment or something, a surgery with the dentist, it might require some extensive work on your teeth or on your jaw. Very determined. If you're practicing some exercises or you're practicing for a winning or for a competition, I see that you have a lot of strength, you have a lot of ambition, inspiration, or you need to make someone very ambitious to make a decision and go with that. There has been false information received. I mean, you might have received false information, and this time you have made your mind. Maybe that false information delayed your action, delayed your decision. I mean, your decision making process was disturbed because of a false information from someone. And now that you found out, you are trying to make up for that and you want to go full speed to compensate that problem. There's a train coming or there's a boat. Someone might be interested in buying a boat. If you already have a boat, there might be some issues with the place you keep it. Maybe they increase the monthly fees for, I don't know, the insurance, or maybe where you keep your boat. Um, there is some beautiful outcome from a very devastating scenario. Maybe some of you had a um, hurtful, um, I don't know, it can be something that really bothered you and you didn't appreciate it. You had to go through it like a process, like a procedure, but there's something beautiful is coming out of it. So I see that a beautiful flower is growing from mud and ugly like soil, but it's worth it. So stay positive, specifically for a female energy. Some of you are thinking about returning to your ex or to your lover, but I see that you still are hearing no answer. I can say, or I can see that you will find happiness somewhere else. You might be heartbroken from this devastation that they didn't accept you and you didn't get the yes answer. But the universe is telling you, the message for you is that yeah, it's hurtful, but you will find a beautiful life, a beautiful love, a beautiful beginning somewhere else that you don't even expect. If there is a separation, I see that two children will be with their father. If maybe someone wants to hear that, there is a separation. I definitely see. For some of you, maybe it could be with a Pisces or a Scorpio, or it could be also an Aquarius, that you have been trying to push and pull. Maybe someone did something wrong and they want to go back together, but the other party is not, and then they will finally make their mind and they're like, you know what, this is it, let's cut it, let's close this. Maybe it has been going for 6 months or even a year and you have been struggling maybe because of the children, but at this point there will be a decision making that I clearly see the two people are turning their back after a lot of pushing, and this thing gets done, it ends forever for good. There might be children who are involved and they might be upset or there is some sorrow or the parents are worried about the children, but it looks like it's for best of everyone. Again, I see a tooth, you might have a toothpaste, you might buy, you might, well, I didn't want to say toothpaste, but I don't know why I said that. So maybe someone needs to change their toothpaste. Maybe you want to buy an organic one, or some new prescription might be for your toothpaste, or the doctor might ask you that you have a sensitive teeth and you might need to change your toothpaste. I don't know, something about toothpaste. But what I wanted to say is that someone might have toothache and need to see a dentist. um, Again, you might do an x-ray and I see that they might show you the tooth that has problems and has infection or whatever it is. Some people feel like a turtle that is trapped somewhere they can't move, like they're waiting for the ocean waves to come and take them. There's a turtle trapped. You might actually see that somewhere. If you are walking on the beach, you might see that a turtle, or maybe, I don't know, something is trapped. I see it as a turtle, and you can push them, help them. For some of you, energetically, this is what the situation is, and you are trapped. But I see that you are very much hoping, because you have done whatever you could, or this person has done whatever they could to release themselves, but it's not happening. It hasn't happened, and they're waiting for the waves to come. There's a little bit of more time needed. It's not going to happen very quickly. Disappointed. Again, someone is hearing a no answer. There might be an argument. Try not to have arguments at work or with people, because I see your energies are very dynamic. You might make a decision that you will regret. Someone is looking at the sky night, or they're watching for some sign in the sky. Maybe you're also, I don't know, someone is looking up in the sky. mm, Maybe there is a tree in your garden, maybe something that you need to fix in your home, maybe on the roof, or there is a leak in your ceiling, but you're looking up to find a problem, or you're waiting for something. For some of you, there might be a balloon or something that's stuck in the tree. Maybe your child might ask you to bring it down the tree. Something might be a pair of shoes or something ends up on the tree that you need to take it. Or maybe a bird is taking something on the tree and you need to follow them and get that thing down. Watch out for the full moon. There might be some news coming. Your health might be a little bit weekend during the full moon this month in April. You might feel a little bit stressed or anxious. I see a little bit of anxiety. Your children might be unrested, or they're not like usual. There's some escalation, some elevation of emotions and anger around people. Definitely, there is an argument at your home. So try not to involve children. Definitely don't do that. I see that there might be an argument, a rough argument at home, and children might be hate. Please make sure that children are not around, or don't fight in front of them. Try to take it easy and try to solve the problems in a different, more adult way. Um, I mean, sorry about that. There's news that is coming, but the news is waiting. It's not time yet. It could be a financial advancement, a good financial news that actually might be not ruined, but it might be not that important anymore. I feel like something has happened for this Gemini that they don't care anymore. Maybe there's a job offer, a loan, a good sale is happening, but because there's some problems at home, there's unrest energies at home for sure. And I see that some people even might think that their home, their family is going to be broken, or there is a separation. Absolutely find, I feel the energy of separation. But for some of you, I see that you need to change your home. There might be a relocation. And this separation is not within the family, it's with the location. And maybe they're asking you to leave. Maybe your landlord is asking you to leave. That is not appreciated. You're not ready for it, specifically with kids. But this unrest at home is just reflecting your life, or this Gemini's life, such that no other good news can make them happy or excited. Someone is pregnant. I see a pregnant person, a pregnant female energy that is lonely. Maybe the partner have been on business trip, or they have maybe left. But I very well see that this woman is very capable of taking care of her life and her child. Um, there might be some news about something that happened in the past. You might get a reflection of that. You might get a reasoning. You might get an explanation. Maybe for some of you, specifically, if you were adopted, or if you had questions about your parents, specifically, if you know you were adopted, or if you think you were adopted, or there were certain questions that you had, you will get clarity about that. You might start finding or trying to find your biological parents, or they will try to find you. Specifically for those people, you might hear a message, or if you have adopted a child, they might start asking questions about their biological parents. There might be something that triggers this, either from them inside them, or someone might trigger this in them. So be prepared, be ready. Some child has beautiful fantasies, and they are dreaming of having, I mean, they're thinking about unicorns. If your child believes in unicorns, um, try to make it, I don't know, a pleasant belief for them, because this child or this person really believes in magic, in unicorns, in hope, in the power of unknown, in the power of the goodness. So don't ruin that. Like, I don't want someone comes and say, "Oh, the unicorns don't exist," like, "Oh, Santa doesn't exist." This child has a lot of hopes, and they enjoy this. This helps them to go through their life. And children also, they have things in their mind that is important for them, and they care about it. And it's not good to build. I mean, they have built that, and it's not good to have it collapsed. Someone might be thinking about horseback riding, or if you have a horse, you might spend more time with your horse. Um, there's a chance that your pet gets sick. Be careful about that. Or maybe their tooth or something, there might be an infection. I see an x-ray. The diagnosis might go slower than you thought or you wished. But these things need to be taken care of, and there needs to be attention on that. Um, there's health news for some of you. If you had a test or you were worried about someone's health, if they did a test or something, the results come back very good, satisfaction, satisfying, and you'll be fine, or they will be fine. Exactly, I see it again here. Someone is explaining to you that this is the test results, and I see a lot of X-rays here and there, and they explain to you like that whatever it was, the concern is not there, is good. And specifically, if you had a heart problem or kidney problem, it should be fine. Someone brings something to your attention, maybe in a dream, or maybe in a gas station, or you're stopping at a red light and someone passes. Maybe you see someone's backpack, or there's something on someone's t-shirt, something written on in the street somewhere, and this triggers a massive reminder for you. That's actually very very important. I don't know, maybe you see something about taxes, and then you remember you haven't done your taxes, something like that. It's about finances, a growth, or something that you need to take care of about your finances mostly. Someone has been very forgetful. You have someone, I mean, a Gemini or someone around you, have been very forgetful. There are things that you forget, and this is just because there are other things that keeps you busy. And again, you are not very much focused. That might be cause of argument at home. Like, for example, you might forget to pick up kids from school, something obvious, and there might be questions or discussions or arguments with your husband or your spouse, or your kids might be very upset about this. Some leftover work, you might need to clean up after someone, or leftovers that you need to better use them instead of trashing them. You might need to go through some things that could be recycled. It could be for your own personal life or at work. They might want you to like clean up after someone, not cleaning up like that, but like maybe someone left and they made a miss, or their project is not very clear and they want you to go through that. You have to be very patient. There is a credit really that you can get with from this work. And again, this brings me back to that envision that I have, seeing a beautiful um, flower growing from mud. So you can turn this to an opportunity, to a success. So don't say no. And even if you're going through your own stuff, recycling, or you have to go through the garbage, I don't know, for some reason, many people are watching, so it can be different scenarios. If this applies to you, you have to do that. You will do that. And actually, you gain something. Maybe you find an old piece of jewelry. Maybe you find something that is very precious and you didn't know that it's there. So some hard work is definitely going to pay off. Um, Unfortunately, I see someone is dealing with addiction, and this is hidden. Maybe their parents, their spouse, or maybe at work, they don't know this. They might ask you for a test, um, to prove that you're not using, or some person. Maybe it could be your spouse, maybe it could be your children, maybe you hear about it, maybe it's your colleague. Not definitely it's yours. It's just happening. The energies are around you. And since it's a collective energy, I can't really say if it's for you or for someone else. But someone is going to be asked to prove that they're not using any substances, and this might be somehow troublesome for them. I see storms, strong storms are coming, maybe two back-to-back storms. Um, someone is finding a partner, like a partner in crime, or even a couple might find each other. It could be a Leo person comes to your life, and this person has very powerful friends. I clearly see an elephant and a tiger walking back to back. If you are dealing with some people that you have to defend yourself, they're also being partnered with someone else. I don't know how I can say this, but um, two people are getting together, making a union, not love. It's just to be more powerful. It could be two countries signing something together to become more powerful. Maybe two companies that somehow relates to you are merging. I definitely see a collaboration between two powerful, already powerful people that are, and they are on action. Um, and they might do anything that it needs for their success. They are not considering anything like to be forgetful. They don't accept any apologies. They don't accept any excuses. Maybe for the collective, we hear this around the world that again, two companies or two countries or two armies are merging, and they are being partners, they are being allies. So it's a time that people are selecting the allies. Be careful about that. It can happen at work as well. And maybe you also need to pick up your ally. Someone is upset about the fact that their partner or their kids, they don't make the bed when they wake up. The bed is always a mess. Try to make your bed if possible. If they don't do it, you do it. It gives you a very good feeling, and it helps improving your, I don't know, energy. Someone is playing piano, maybe you're trying, or someone is trying to learn piano by themselves. Maybe they're using apps or YouTube on, they're trying to find something on YouTube and try to teach themselves the piano. There might be a black cat around you or some person that stresses you out. Don't underestimate this person. If you have a cat in general, specifically if it's a kitten and it's a small one, don't underestimate them. They can do things that you'll be surprised. Well, my dear Gemini, that was the reading for April 2023. I hope that you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much. And until the next time, stay blessed.